friends. Today we will discuss regarding the scheduling. Yesterday I posted one video regarding aggregate planning. In that aggregate planning, the IAM lecturer has to be taught different aspects like meaning and definition, objectives of aggregate planning, manufacturing and service of aggregate planning inputs, what are the aggregate planning inputs will be there, and how we can be made an aggregate planning, and what are the strategies we have to be implemented over there to be made an effective planning, and in that part of aggregate planning, what are the passive aggregate planning and what are the restrictive strategies are aggregate in aggregate planning, and what are the basic approaches are there. In that basic approach, cage approach and level approach, this and all they have to be covered, and this is the continuation of the planning. When we have to be planned, the sequence of scheduling will be comes according to the plan itself. Only we have to be made a more schedule, effective schedule. Otherwise, without a planning, we cannot be made an effective scheduling. For that, an effective scheduling, we have made different things has to be considered. Then we have to be made some scheduling the activities. What is the meaning? Now we will discuss regarding the what is the meaning of scheduling. Scheduling is the prescribing of what, when and where each operation necessary to manufacture the product is to be performed, or it is also defined as establishing of time at which to bring and complete each event of operation comprising a produce. Otherwise, we can be thought like this: the principal aim of scheduling is the plan of sequence of work, so that production can be systematically arranged towards the end of completion of all products by due dates. Here we have industrial customers and other customers. The customers will made us an order. For fulfillment of the order, we have to be plan and effective to deliver the goods with the due date. For that, we have to be made a more proper planning. Then that proper planning we can be implementing with the sequence of activities or with the scheduling. Here we are scheduling the different activities related to the production for fulfillment of the delivery of goods to the for a due date to the customers. And what are the principles we have to be follow in the scheduling activity? Here we have to be follow the three principles for scheduling activities related to the production. First principle of optimum task size. Principle of optimum task size means we have to achieve maximum efficiency of task size will be very less or small one. Then only the same order has to be implemented, means we can have more productivity or effective work will be completed, and we will be maximize a work productivity, maximize the efficiency of the productivity. And another principle is the principle of optimum production plan. When we are planning regarding the production, that we have to be scheduled, and we can be schedule that work into the equal load in all plants. We have to be we are not to be we are not to be arrange full load to the one particular plant. We have to be segregate that load to the each and every plant in equal way. That is another principle. And final principle is the principle of optimum sequence. In this, sequencing tends to achieve the maximum efficiency when work is planned. That is, the work hours are normally used in the same sequence of work. The work we have to be used the same sequence. The sequence has not to be changed. The same sequence we have to be implement each and everything to made production. And here we have an two types of scheduling will be there. That is the forward scheduling and backward scheduling. The forward scheduling and backward scheduling are different two types. Like forward scheduling is the commonly used in the job shop scheduling, where customers place their orders one needed as soon as possible basis. Here we will be showing that forward scheduling, how it will be works. In the forward scheduling, when the customer places an order, in the order itself they will be think about the delivery date. Here, first of all, in forward scheduling they will be obtain the raw material, and they can be process the operations 1 2 3 4 and final assembly, and before the due date they can be completed. That is nothing but the forward scheduling. The forward scheduling determines the start and finish time and next priority jobs by assigning in the earliest available time slot and for most that from the time, and determines when the job will be finished in the work centers. Here the forward scheduling will be takes place when the customer place their orders. There itself they will be think about that delivery date, and they can be planned for the scheduling of different activities and producing the different activities before the due date. This is nothing but the forward scheduling. When comes into the backward scheduling, they can be think about the due date. From the due date itself they are planning backward. Backward means assembly date will be a due date. Assembly, final assembly will be a, when we have a due date on that particular day, they can be taken as an first step. The final assembly date will be due date, and there itself they can comes to when they have to be start a production. That is nothing but a backward scheduling. Here the figures are showing you. Here the days are there 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Here we have 12 days. The due date is the 12. In forward scheduling, when the customer orders first day, they are thinking about the obtaining of raw material and process they can be takes place, and they are completing with the forward scheduling before 2 days, and final assembly will be takes place in the 9th and 10th day, between the 9th and 10th. And when comes into the backward scheduling, the final assembly date will be 12th, due date will be also be 12th. That is, they can consider for that time itself they are coming into the forward backward. Here the order comes into the first day, but they are not thinking about that. Second day they won't think. When they will think means final backward scheduling, when the due date is there, from due date itself they will comes the backward, how many days they can be taken and to complete the order. The way of they are showing the process in the scheduling of different activities. And the next one is the scheduling methodology. Here we have a scheduling methodology depends upon the different type of industry, organization, product and level of sophistication required by the companies and different situations. Here the scheduling methodology can be categorized into three: charts and borders, and prioritization rules, and mathematical programming methods. Charts and borders. The charts and borders they can be taken as an the charts we can be considered as a Gantt chart related to the production. The Gantt chart can we will have a Gantt chart next session. We will have a problems how we will be made some schedules. According to that schedule, how we can be made the process of Gantt chart, how we will be prepared. That now we will see. This has to be drawn in the computer, and Gantt charts are extremely easy and understandable and quickly reveal the current and planned situations of all concerned things. Here we have we can use the several forms like scheduling or progress charts, which depicts the sequential scheduling. Load chart, it will shows that assign of group of work and workers and our missions, record charts where we can use the record the actual operating times and delay of works and missions. It has to be taken into the Gantt chart. And another one is the prioritization rule. In the prioritization rules, there are simplified and guidelines for determined by the sequence of which jobs will be done in the order. Here we have a different symbols and the different priority rules will be there. FCFS, first come and first served. When the customer comes, who are the first customers came, we can be serve the first serves that first customer itself. For example, we have 5 customers, first, second, third, and fourth. First A, second B, third C, fourth D, like that. We can serve for the A first and B, tarvata C. Like that we will be served. EDO rule, earliest due date. Here we will be considered. Here we have 3 customers, A, B, C. We have in A, B, C. A has the due date will be 10 days. B has an due date is 15 days. C has an due date is 7 days. Here earliest due date is the C. First we will be serve that earliest due date. C we will be serve. First we will be deliver the goods to the C, and we can be consider A and B. Like that this rule we can be helpful. And LSR, least slack. Here time due less processing time. For taking of the processing, which type of product will have less processing time, that type of products we will be serve first, then we will be take longer process goods in this LS. SPT rule, shortest processing time. Processing time will be very short. And largest processing time. Which of the activities have largest processing time, that will be considered first, and then we can take another one. PCO, preferred customer order. He is the important customer, means we can be arrange first to them, and we will be considered next preferred one and next preferred one. RS rule, random selection. When we have an customers, for that customers we will be selecting a random way of situations. In the way of we will be selecting that. And mathematical program. In the another method is the mathematical. Here we have an scheduling is a complex resource allocation of problem. Firms will process based on the capacity, labor, skills, materials, and they can seek allocate their use so that maximize the profit or service the objectives. They can make phenomenal meet to the maximizing the minimizing the cost and maximizing the profit through the mathematical methods of sequencing methods. Here we will be have 2 types of mathematical programming methods, linear programming method and PERT CPM network models. Linear programming models we will be discussed in the our operations research paper will be there. No, there they will discuss simplex method, transportation method, assignment method, and some other methods are there. Through to that only they can have an analysis and do the mathematical part. How they are each and everything has a different set of rules and procedure will be there. According to that they can be planned and they can be made some of the decisions. And PET and CPM. PET means project evaluation review technique. CPM, critical path method. These 2 methods we can project and we can produce the relationship between the activities to be made into the network. Through these network models we can have which type of project will have more effective, which in what way we can have less time and less cost and more productivity. These and all we will be getting through these models. through these mathematical models we can have an accurate and effective figure will comes to the production scheduling method. This is the information regarding the sequencing of scheduling. In the scheduling, after scheduling of concept theory, we have an problems. How we can be solve that problem? We can job shop and flow shop scheduling problems will be there, and we will be discussed in next session. Thank you.